to a £5 retro game challenge, and we have a brand new location up in Yorkshire. The aim of the game is simple: buy as many video games as you can for the sum of £5, which is close to $6 if you're in the US. No double titles and no football titles. I'll also stitch in some bonus footage at the end with a mammothly good charity shop haul for only £4. Let's roll the footage. And just with a potential thumbnail there, we are diving into this £5 CEX challenge. And as you saw me mention in the introduction, we are in Yorkshire. I've never been to this CEX. We were with our friend Reese. Massive shout out to Reese. He is a huge supporter of the channel. And we did a little bit of video game shopping. I did get some really cool stuff from game as well, but I'm gonna save those games for a pickups video, so you guys need to stay tuned. Now, in this episode, I am gonna hide an Easter egg. It will flash on the screen for around 0.1 milliseconds, so you need to keep your eyes peeled. It could be anywhere on the screen, and it could be at any point. The first two people to screenshot it and send me a DM either on Twitter or on my Facebook, I will send you a signed channel card, okay? So I'll repeat that in a comment in the comments if you forget what I've said, but stay tuned, guys, because we got some cool stuff coming up. Now, the PlayStation 3 collection in here was actually very good. There were a lot of titles that I don't own and I'd never seen before, one of which I managed to buy in this retro game challenge. Now, arguably, PlayStation 3 isn't retro, but in my opinion, it's a console that is quite significantly in the past. I mean, I remember the PlayStation 3 coming out. It was around 2007 were my kind of earliest memories of me starting to kind of get into the PlayStation 3, but I don't know, it just feels retro to me. Maybe you guys can shed some lights on your thoughts in the comments section below. Now, I have a gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous pink rainbow mask on. Shout out to Jess for making that. I do have a couple of games in my hand. Some of them are exclusive from this particular challenge, so every time I go in I always think, oh, this looks decent, or you know, I see an obscure PSP game that I just have to pick up exclusive of the challenge. And for me, that is part of the fun of doing these challenges. I flipping buzz off them, and I am looking to get down to more locations. Obviously, with the current situation, it can prove very difficult, but so far so good. I will just say this very quickly though: when I go to car boots on a car boot retro game hunt, or a retro game store, or a CEX £5 game hunt, I always hand sanitize on the way in, I hand sanitize on the way out. I do take precautions, so I just want you guys to know that, because I know a lot of you do ask me, you do kind of wonder, but you know, you just have to do that. So we're going to continue the video. Let me know if there's anything that you see that you would have picked up. Another good thing about this particular store was that the original Xbox and the Nintendo Wii U stock was very, very full, and that's great to see. And I know we've kind of meandered over to the PlayStation 4 section now, but just back there I thought it was like really impressive. You may see some more footage later in this video when we go back there and we get some more close-ups. Now, I was looking here for a game called The Occupation, and it was a game that I clocked in CEX when I did one of these challenges a couple of weeks back, and it was £8, and I contemplated buying it then, but I read the Metacritic ratings whilst I was in the store, and there was like kind of ranging from 6.5 to 7 out of 10, but it looks like the kind of PS4 game that I would stream. It was like this kind of thriller, mystery, kind of horror-esque kind of vibe, and a lot of you guys said, Gemma, you should have picked it up. And unfortunately, it wasn't in this CEX store. However, there's better news, because that was bad news. I found a brand new copy for £8. So I bought the brand new copy for £8 whilst we were in game, and if this video, I tell you what, let's make a little like the video agreement, okay? Not only have we got the Easter egg to look out for, but if this video gets 200 likes, I'll do an entire playthrough of The Occupation. If it doesn't, I won't stream it. Now feel free to Google the PS4 game, let me know if it's the kind of thing you like. I personally think for all of the kind of horror fans out there, it looks like a splendid game to be live streaming, and yes, even better so with a brand new copy. So 200 likes and we will do a full series of The Occupation. So we're back down into the very cozy corner of PlayStation 2, GameCube, Wii U and original Xbox. Now this game I've never seen around before, and we kind of zoom in because I'm like, does that really say £42? But what I found from doing these challenges is that a lot of the games I think are expensive are actually quite good prices. So I often get pointed out by you guys when I'm like, yo, this is a ridiculous price. You guys are like, actually, Gemma, that's a really flipping good price, girl. Pipe down a little bit. So I credit you guys for kind of calling me out because it enables me to learn quite a lot about these prices as well. Now, Wii games, plenty of good stuff. Nitro Strike, never seen that around on my little travels. We got a nice little DS game there, Bomberman at £22. Didn't pick up anything on the kind of Nintendo front in this episode. I think the last episode I did, I went in specifically with Nintendo in mind, thinking that this is going to be a full Nintendo episode, but that proved very, very difficult. I will do it, but I didn't do it in this one. Now, there's another game coming up later in this episode, and I think it was 60 quid, and it was a DS game, and it annoyed the mind off me because it was a flipping reprinted cover for 60 quid. Essentially, it's still an unboxed game if it's a reprinted cover. It was one of those real blatant ones as well. But at CEX, at least now, the gaming community called this company out enough that they decided to actually declare that their covers were reprinted rather than trying to be pesky and get away with it. So I was kind of really lingering across the PlayStation 3 stock because I just felt in the mood, and a lot of people again asked, do I plan these? Yes, Reese, that's an amazing game. Shout out to Reese. Love me a bit of Castlevania on the PS3. A lot of people ask me if I plan them, and no, I don't. I go in, I'm very, 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 very impulsive when it comes around to video game shopping, and I go into these challenges thinking, well, whatever I see that I like and it fits within the rules, I'm taking it, baby. And I love getting the same question at the retro game markets. Is there anything in particular you're looking for? And unfortunately, I give a really bland answer. No, not really. Because again, I'm like super impulsive, and I'm like a visual learner, and visually, if I kind of see it there, it's almost like that love at first sight thing, and that's the kind of way I play it. Now, Twisted Metal, I've just put it back on the shelf, £4. Yeah, £4. I'm gonna get it. Twisted Metal on the PS1 was phenomenal. I've never played it on the PS3, but I bet my bottom dollar it's an absolutely wicked experience. And if you've played it, please again share your thoughts. Let's not just kind of for my benefit, but for the rest of the community's benefit. We can all learn something from one another, and that's what I love about reading the comments, guys. I love the positive energy you bring. I love the positive vibes. I love the good feedback. Keep it coming, and keep those recommendations flowing. And here it is, £60 Fire Emblem on the Nintendo DS, cover reprinted. Now let's just assume that it wasn't a reprinted cover, so it's still going to be £60. Apologies if you can hear my little puppy barking in the background. She says hello, please subscribe, thank you. Would £60 be a decent price? Now, not a huge Fire Emblem kind of gal, if I'm brutally honest, and I personally feel CEX, if anyone has any control over the decisions you make, please stop charging us like full price for reprinted covers. Maybe not 10% off, maybe 15%, maybe even 20%, because essentially you're selling an unboxed game with a little bit of printing ink and a replacement case. I think there should definitely be some kind of discount, but I see games with actual covers next to games, the identical game, with a reprinted cover for the same price, and that to me just doesn't tally in my mind. And yes, there's always that choice of don't buy it then if you don't like it, Gemma. But I have fallen victim to buying games that I think, yes, this is an original. I get home and actually it's one of those reprinted covers that doesn't say cover reprinted. So I have been duped myself, and it's a darn shame. And I guess if you're a person who perhaps hasn't got the best eyesight, I mean, that doesn't include me, although you could argue that in that case it was, you might not be able to see that small text cover reprinted. So that's my 2 cents. I know these things still happen. You just got to be vigilant when you're out there, guys. And we're going to continue this one as Reese picks up this beauty. Naughty Bear. I was kind of reading the back. Said something along the lines of, this game will scare the stuffing out of you, and I thought that was a really good little line considering it's a teddy bear. I've never played it, but I've since looked at some reviews, and there's kind of mediocre reviews out there, but I like to experience games myself before I judge them. It's always good to read some reviews and have a little bit of a flavour for what you're getting into, but it is one that I am going to be playing again. It is a case that I do need to place because it was a little bit kind of dirty. It almost as if somebody had picked off a sticker and all of the glue was still there. Maybe I could just give it a good clean, and that will prevent me from replacing it. But we'll continue. And you've already seen me drop some video games in this episode. Yeah, I do it again right here. Class. Hex edition. That's what I wanted to do.
All they want to do is drop it.
Silly me, Butterfingers, I guess I was just far too excited to be surrounded buy all the video games. Now I know I'm going to get called out here. Gemma, you've not got a mask on in this particular shot. And I'm sorry, I genuinely forgot. I think I'd just come into the shop at this point. So I apologise. I don't want to offend anybody. There was a couple of minutes where I didn't have a mask on. And as you guys have already seen in the rest of the video, which is actually shot later after this, I had a mask on. So right here was admiring the GameCube and the original Xbox games. And like I said, really good selection. Really happy with this. I would love to go back to this particular CEX. If there's anybody in the Huddersfield area, I love it when you guys say, oh, I've been in there, it's my local CEX, and yes, they've got a great stock. There wasn't an amazing stock of retro though. That's a rip-off. £2 for Aliens vs Colonial Marines. Yeah, there wasn't a massive amount of retro in terms of like cartridge-based stuff. But you know, it's okay. And I was kind of going here, it's like, come on Reese, pose for a thumbnail with me, let's go. But I just clearly like to take the mickey out of myself and don't even know if I'm going to use it, to be honest, but I'm keeping it in because hey, it is what it is. Now, if you've made it this far in the video, we're going to be taking a look at exactly what I picked up. And you guys can tell me if you think I've got a good bargain or not so good bargain. And there's also going to be some delicious footage from some pickups I found in a charity shop, which only cost me £4. And I got 8 games for £4. And I got some darn good titles. We got that coming up later on in this episode as well. Now you've heard me harping on and on and on about the original Xbox, and we finally, Gemma, get some close-ups with the OG Xbox stuff as well as GameCube. Now this Def Jam Vendetta? Yep. Harvest Moon, we got some X-Men, not too bad at a £5 there. Not played that particular version, but it looks like a nice little fighter, very Tekken-esque based. Some really good stuff, and then just some kind of generic stuff like 13, a little bit of Need for Speed, the very common Mario Kart Double Dash, although it is a classic. And then in terms of PS2, what can I say? Yes, the PS2 fits in beautifully to this challenge, but I have so many PS2 games. I think the way I'm going to go at the minute is I'm probably not going to buy any more PS2 games that I'm not going to play. Like, I feel like I've accumulated so many because of this £5 game challenge, because they're so cheap, that I just can't stomach it anymore. I just can't stomach PS2 games. But saying that, Silent Hill Shattered Memories. Reese, thank you so much, because on this trip Reese gave me a copy of Silent Hill Shattered Memories on the PS2, and if you've been following me for quite some time, you'll know I've been after it. And I finally got it. I've got it on the Wii now, and I've also got it on the PS2. So this weekend, right here on YouTube, I'm going to be starting a stream of Shattered Memories, and I am so excited. I've wanted to stream it so much. I've heard mixed things, that the PlayStation 2 port isn't perhaps the best, but I'm streaming it on the PS2 nonetheless. So I'm excited for that, guys. So please subscribe so you can tune in and actually help me out and tell me what to do on it. Thank you. Retro, where actually are you retro? I'm scouring, I'm checking, I'm seeing plenty of amiibos right here. Don't get me wrong, they're lush. But like I said, the retro stuff like super lacked. We have a couple of bits down here, some unboxed Super Nintendo, but nothing much to scream about. No box Super Nintendo, which tends to be what I prefer anyway. So guys, we're going to dive back to the game room now. We're going to see these pickups and we're going to enjoy it. So let's go. So an absolute absolute load of fun that day. We went to game. I'll be showing additional things in a later pickups video because I have a little haul over there that I picked up. Got some PS4 stuff and a new game to stream, so watch this space. But in terms of what I picked up, I got an Xbox game, a 360 game and a PS3 game. We'll start with the PlayStation 3 title. Never played it and I don't own it. We've got Bourne Conspiracy for £1.50. Love the movies. Absolutely love the movies, and I'm not sure really what to expect from this. So it actually looks nothing like Jason Bourne on the front, which is a little bit disappointing, I'm not gonna lie. But I think Matt Damon played the role really, really well. But I love me a good action game, and I love me a little gritty car chase, which there is one depicted on the back with the screenshot. So I thought this was a good buy for £1.50. So not too shabby dabby. Let me know what you guys think. So that's that. We'll put it down here. Next up then, I was with Reese, as you saw in the footage, and we thought that Blood Drive on the Xbox 360 looks like a good barrel of fun. To me, it's like Destruction Derby, but with some zombies. Now, I love, love, love zombie games, and this is a bit of a zombie game with a twist. So I'm gonna read the back. Brains, stains and automobiles. Welcome to the most ruthless modern-day gladiator arena the world has ever known. This is the entertainment sport for a twisted new age, and you're the franchise player. With battle-hardened, heavily armoured vehicles and your kill or be killed instinct as your only weapon, you'll fight for your life in horrific vehicle combat against seemingly endless mass of bloodthirsty zombies. I think you get the idea. So yes, absolutely. And that was £3. So you'll see it on screen, but so far £4.50 spent, not too bad. I could have done a lot better. I'm going for quality here over quantity, because for me, if I was to buy quantity, I'm buying much lesser kind of games that I'm going to enjoy. So I thought, £3 for this challenge, it's over half the budget, but this looks fun. And then finally, got me a classics version of Project Gotham Racing 2 on the original Xbox, complete. And again, I thought this looked really good. I haven't played it. I might own the non-classics version, and I'm kind of allowing myself that this is not a double because I don't have the classics version. So the collector in me really wanted this, and to be fair, this is in a much better condition, so box wise, and it actually has manual with all of the stuff in. Even got like an old, check this out, coming 2004 Halo 2. I mean, who else misses these kinds of things? We all miss these kinds of things, don't we? Nice little kind of sales leaflet full of amazing original Xbox games. So that was my £5 spent. I don't think I did too bad on this little run. I'm super, super stoked. Let me know. Was it good or was it not good? So I said I would stitch in some bonus footage of what I picked up from a charity shop a couple of days ago. Unfortunately, I didn't have my phone with me as I went into film, but all of the games had been reduced to 2 for £1. And I did my age-old trick of asking if they had any games in the back, and what you're about to see are all the games, or a pile of games, that I picked from the games stored from nobody's eyes. So a Mario Party game for 50p. Beautiful condition, really happy with that little lot. And I wish I could just I wish I had my phone with me so I could have showed you the other stuff, but I had the most of the other stuff that was on there. It was predominantly Xbox 360, Nintendo, Wii and PlayStation 3, but I think I picked out the cream of the crop from the little Chazza Shop haul. So thank you so much for watching. Part 3 of buying somebody's entire retro game collection is coming soon, and it will entail the newly designed, kind of reorganised game room / lady lounge. This is part of the retro area. We've got a current gen area over there. We've got the streaming set up. Everything has had a bit of spit and polish, and I'm excited to show you guys. But if you're a sponsor, you've already seen some of this area, and I will put out another behind the scenes video for the bacon and egg tier above, but you don't care about that. For now, enjoy your day and catch you in the next episode. Please subscribe, leave a like, and I'll see you soon.